All right, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time of the day you happen to be watching this. Thank you for watching it. Thanks for supporting the channel. I got back here, if you can see it, is a all aluminum 5.3 liter. It's in that like transitional phase between, so it has the 799 heads. It still has the knock sensors up top. But according to the previous owner, it had like 300,000 miles on it, but it's wild. Like the engine itself looks ridiculously good shape. There's still crosshatch in it. I don't know if he maybe hit it with a hone. I'm gonna reach out and ask him that. But basically today is day one of the refresh. So I am going to do a budget refresh on this. I'm going to take a look at the pistons, the rods, etc. We're going to go through what I have from this engine and see if I can salvage it. We're going to take some measurements on things and get an idea of what I can reuse and what is maybe too long for this world. My understanding was that the rod bearings, I think the main bearings, something was wrong with it, either spun a bearing or something, so I may have to turn the crank. That's fine. But I think what we're going to end up doing, and you may be able to kind of see where this is going, is it's going in a car. And, I'm not going to say offhand which car it's going to end up going in, but maybe you can take a guess at that. What's that in the background? All right. Well, anyway, it could be going in a car that's in this garage, maybe not. But we're going to do something a little different with it. So let's turn around. Let's take a look. Let's focus. And this will be part of a budget LS refresh and rerun. Right. So we'll call it rerun for now. Who the hell knows what we're going to do with it? But for now, we're going to keep it stock bore, stock stroke. As I tend to be doing as of lately, we're going to jam a lot of unnatural aspiration in. So let's get started. So let's start with the kind of the business end of this engine and like why do we care about this, right? So it's an aluminum 5.3. It's actually the L33 version of the aluminum LS 5.3 liter. And effectively, that's a 9.9 to 1 compression, higher lift LM7 version. It had a little bit better camshaft. I think it was like 310 horse, 335 foot-pounds of torque, in some of the trucks from 2005 to 2007. And, the easiest way to kind of figure that out, it should be, you can see it right there. That number right there will tell you that it's the L33 aluminum block. And, it either came with the, I believe it was the 243 heads or the 799s. And in this case, mine has the 799s. So, this is like the LS1 heads, effectively. And I apologize. I'm fighting a bit of a cold. Everyone's been sick in my house for quite a while. So, I wanted an aluminum engine because I wanted to just keep that weight off the front end. And since it's probably going to be going in one of the vehicles in my garage, then, we can, you guys can kind of maybe figure that out for yourself. But I want to keep the weight off the front end where I can, because these guys right here are going to become a little bit more significant in the not too distant future. And I was really lucky. I got this, and you can see here is one of the 799 heads. It's like this engine baffles me, frankly, because there's definitely some wear, some like usage down in the lifter bores here, but the aluminum blocks hold up really well. It's just weird. I feel like, because look at the bores, like there's nothing here. Like, so if you look down in the bores, there's cross-hatching. You can see the cross-hatching on it. So I feel like, and this looks like maybe somebody kind of cleaned up the surface, but it wasn't with like a machine. And that right there, I've never seen that, nor have I ever really looked at it, but that's, somebody engraved the block. So my guess is that they did some work to it. Regardless, I got this thing for free. All right, so, that is the best price. And is, good buddy of mine. Check him out. He's the Drunken Turbo on YouTube. Kevin, he has a early second gen Camaro that is going to be way more ridiculous than what I'm doing. So I'm going to be doing a much more budget friendly one. I'll let him spend all the big money, but definitely check him out. Yeah, I had I don't actually remember, I had to head to his house, pick up something or drop something off or something like that. I helped him out with something with my truck, and he gave me the engine. So I got the cranking rods are sitting over on the table or on my bench over there. So, and I've been cleaning this guy. So what I want to do is kind of flip this thing over, take a look. You can see like the bearings, cardinal sin. I looked at the bearings, so that's it. But I'm going to replace these because, like, why the hell not? We're so stripped down at this point. And you can see that there is no, just looking at the front, there is no crank bearings in it. So main bearings. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop this head off and get this one on the ground, and then we'll flip it over, kind of take a look at things. Yeah, I pulled this head off, and this, you can see, there's a little bit of dust, a little bit of flash starting on the sleeves, but just, it's been sitting here, but it's dirty. And I just wiped that one off with some simple green. Something, and what is that? It's just a little bit of pitting. No, it's not even pitting. I can't even feel it. So it's going to be, this is going to be a hone job, and it's going to be like some sandpaper, fine sandpaper on a board. A nice flat piece of aluminum or something. Let me see. And this is just dirt. Here, what is that? That is, I don't know what that is. That might just be some junk there that was laying there. That'll get cleaned up really good. I'll be able to clean that up when I sand off of it. But I'm feeling here, it's just light paint. I mean, it's not even paint. It's like surface rust. And I'm looking down, and these guys here, it's the same thing on the other one. This block just needs a good cleaning. It just looks like a high mileage thing. It looks like, ooh, that's gross. Big old hair in there. All right, let me, yeah, it's just like dust and dirt. Like, where the hell did that come from? All right, I'm going to flip this. And I can see, like, the one thing right here is this broke, this ear. I don't care if anyone knows what this is. This is for the AC, which I will not be using. So we're just, top down here, we're looking. Yeah, so it's marked 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 on there. Just kind of looking here. And definitely no crank bearings, main bearings right now. Looks kind of dirty in here, so I'd have to replace them. That's honestly fine for me because I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to put all like ARP stuff in the bottom end. I may even, just for shits and giggles, send this thing to the machine shop to get everything kind of just cleaned up and put in, get the block clean really good. And, since, and here's so more numbers, more numbers all over it, but that number on the back is the one you care about. So it's the L33. This is just a really good aluminum block. Like, I'm looking, the mounting pads all look good. It hasn't been apart yet. I'm going to go take a look at the crank right now. Let me go grab that, and we'll take a quick look. Yeah, like, I mean, these main bearings, like, they don't look bad at all. So I don't know if it was just, like, caught or what. Like, I mean, the only reason this guy, like, a little, I mean, I can't even feel it. So this thing would just get clean. We could probably turn it, end up turning this thing down. And here's the, here's the pistons and rods. Yeah, they've been sitting for a hot minute, but I can't tell. It doesn't look, doesn't look like anything's bent. Skirt's a little worn. I mean, you'd expect that in a high mileage motor, but there's nothing on the sleeves of the block that indicates it. And this is piston 1 here, and that, like, so that's this side, driver's side, first one heading towards the front. So he left everything together, and I mean, I almost was slammed up, get a new set of rings, because the rings, sorry, I'm zooming in here, I'm running out of hands, but the rings are all loose, everything's clean, so, I'm looking down at the wrist pin, nothing looks blue, like, I'm wondering if this thing got, rebuilt at some point, because like you look, rod bearings are still in it. They look like this from sitting, but there's no bluing. I mean, damn. I I didn't know any better. I would have slam dunked this bitch together and we just go to town. So, I'm gonna take a look at this, kind of decide whether or not I just want to button this thing up, throw a new set of rings, and get the crank cut, go bearings, or do I want to spend just a little bit of money and get the crank cut and get it, or get like a simple stroker kit for a few $100s? Like, I don't know, but I can tell you this much: I got myself a smoking deal. So I'm really stoked. And I mentioned these guys down on the floor here. Yeah, so you can see these guys. These are log manifolds that I got off of somebody. Another thing I got for a song and dance. Super cheap. And, unfortunately, I can't use that intake because it's an LS3. But, I'm going to pick up a decent intake. I got valve covers. I've got, on my parts shelf. I mean, it looks like shit, and I'm not going to, show you. Okay, I'll show you real quick. But it's like I got crap everywhere because I've been throwing stuff up on there to start sorting and throwing out. So I got a ton of stuff around here that I, just LS parts, everywhere around here that I can use, balancers and all that stuff that I'm going to put together so that I can use it in a turbo motor, all right? I'm going to do a VS Racing twin. Originally I was thinking maybe 62s that they have. It's like they can do the mirror image ones. I think I may end up going. I gotta decide, right? I want something that lights off quick, so I'm gonna keep it kind of small. But they also have I think it's either a 66 or a 67. I'll have to go look. That is really good deal for a pair of a mirrored image, because I got to figure out too what kind of a accessory drive I want to run on the front of this, because I think with the manifolds that I got, I don't know if the Holley mid-mount will work, especially in the GTO. I think it will, especially if I use their mounts to move it forward. I was considering using a cheap one, but I've got I have a really good oil pan that was a twin turbo oil pan that I had a long time ago. It was a CTS-V setup, but it's a CTS-V pan, but it doesn't work in the A-body without notching out the cross member, and then I don't know what it's going to do on the steering. So I'm just going to get the Holley mounts, and in the interim, we're going to get this guy pulled out of the engine bay. I thought about it long and hard what I wanted to do, and I've always been an LS guy. I love them. I love it. The aftermarket support is ridiculous. I know that there's going to be a ton of guys who hate me for doing this, but I want to put this together and just have another awesome cruising car that makes really good power, maybe rip off a 10-second time slip. But for now, I'm not going to do much with the body. It has its rust problems. You look down here, you can see, it's got bubbling in the paint and everything. And the worst part of it is it's got the bubbling on the fenders. I'm going to have to do work with this. You hear that? You can see it. Disaster. And it's rotted all along here like this. I'm afraid I'm going to lose this piece of trim, right? So, I can move it, but what I'm going to try to do, because it's gotten pretty bad back in here, is that I'm going to try to get this whole section out, clean it up real good, and weld in some new metal. But when I pull that off, I guarantee you it's going to be missing all that stuff. So, this is a huge effort. I'm going to have to rip all this up, because you can see it's rotted in under here. So, the vinyl top's going to have to disappear. So, it's a full restoration, right? For now, I want to get the car running again, driving it, having a good time. I got a 4L80E sitting on the floor back there behind. I'm going to use it for mock-up to get everything in the car. So I'll get the engine, the 400, and the 400 out. It'll go up on a stand. It'll go up on the shelf here, the transmission, so that it's well taken care of, and it's stored. The thing leaks from every gasket. So, there's a ton of work I got to do on it. But this car is going to be... I'm going to do a little old, a little new, but I always loved it. It was a Speed Incorporated car. It was a Chevelle. I want to say it was like a 70 Malibu that they use like a toolbox in the back for like the battery box, or no, they use a toolbox in the back for a intercooler tank. So they did air to water intercooler, and then they just used like a roll pump, bilge pump for the for the intercooler pump. For this, you can see I've got that AFCO one there. It's air to water on this bad boy right here, right? Probably for this one, I might just do, I'll do an air-to-air intercooler. We'll see. The GTO is blessed with a giant trunk. So I got to figure out fueling and stuff. I think single 450 Magna fuel pump will probably do what I need, from a fueling perspective. We'll see. I want to try to keep this kind of budget, but I want it to be very, still look like the GTO. Look like a classic car, modern power plant. I'm going to probably have to replace the rear in it because I don't know if it's the 12 bolt or not. I don't think it's definitely not the corporate, the 12 bolt from the Chevelle. So I'm going to have to get something there, but all in due time, right? This thing had a new suspension put in it. It's not great. It's stock, but I can upgrade things like the steering, make it a little bit more comfortable, and do kind of iterate on it, right? Get some better suspension stuff for it. Maybe run it down to quarter mile a couple times, but I'm going to have to put a roll bar in it. So this is just going to be a fun car. We'll see where we go with it, all right? I'm just going to enjoy it, get it running again. I don't have to worry about it getting scratched because it's already scratched up. But, God rest his soul. My dad would probably hate it, but he'd also love to see it driving again. So it's a little bit of him. His first car was a 68 GTO. It's a little bit of me in it. So my drivetrain love with keeping the stock looks of it, and we're going to keep it a sleeper. So I'm going to come up with a name for it. If you guys got any ideas, by all means, lay it on me. But that's it for this. This is the intro to the build. Plenty more where that came from, guys. I thank you for watching. And, just join me the next time because there's going to be a lot coming at you. Take care and hit that subscribe button. I have it somewhere around here, right? Take care.